feels so good to be here during summer. Oh, we have watermelon over here. You can. With your stinky breath. Yeah.
Wow.
How sad it is.
Welcome back to another episode of Small Girl, Big Talk. My name is Wendy, and this is a space where real conversations meet personal growth. I am 32 years old now, and I'm at a stage where my friends are getting married, I am getting married, some friends are getting pregnant, some friends are buying houses, and whenever we meet up in person, it's always a conversation of whether or not I want to have kids. Like, this is the stage of life where we are at right now. And I can't help but realize that, like, for those friends who are still single, if like you're the single one among all of your friends who are getting married or having children and stuff like that, it sure feel really lonely, and it might feel like you are behind in life. Like, as much as we know that the universal truth is that we are all on different timeline and we shouldn't be comparing ourselves with one another, you can't help it but feel it when you are there together, right? And so in today's episode, what I want to do is I want to take the lessons that I've learned from my recent trip to Vancouver. Like, during this 10-day trip in Vancouver, it was my first time in a long time that I get to be off work, and I was really living in the present. I was really assimilating myself to these friends that were hosting me, like, to their lives, that I got to live as them in their everyday life. And I've observed a few things that I want to share with you in today's episode. And I'm gonna split them into 3 different lessons. And through them, I'll share different stories, and each story will come with kind of like a lesson. So here goes. Lesson 1. You don't need the latest technology or development to live a good life. Growing up in a small town, I have always dreamed of living in the city life. You know, like, I love Gossip Girl. I love watching movies with like the huge cityscape. I couldn't wait to live home since I was 18 years old. And in the past 10 plus years, I've really gotten used to life in the city where everything is so convenient. And when it comes to like career opportunities and business opportunities, you get a lot more of them in the city as well. But this trip around, when I visited Kendall on Galliano Island, like, it really shifted my perspective about that, because this island is literally like a completely different world from where I'm living in right now. So Galliano Island is about like an hour ferry ride away from Vancouver, and it's typically only busy with tourists during the weekends. And during the weekdays, like on Monday and Tuesday when I visited, it's really very quiet, and I really got to see the lives of the local. So it's kind of like a retired town, so you get to see a lot of like older or like more matured people over there. And when I visited, Kendall brought me to the local soup kitchen, which is like their Monday routine where you put like $7 and you get to have like unlimited bread and soup. And everyone was telling me that like you gotta get the African yam soup because it runs out so quickly. And true indeed, like very quickly after I got it, it was out. And like everyone knew everyone in that space, and I thought it was really warm and cozy to have that. And I also got to attend like a yoga class in the community hall after that in the evening, and it was also really nice that everybody is just so friendly and so nice. But like the highlight in Galliano Island is definitely like the beauty of the nature that's surrounding it. Like, coming in from the city, like I was literally in KL being like so busy with my work and wedding planning and podcast and all that. And I flew through the busy airports in Taiwan and YVR, and then I got to the wedding where like I was busy all day for my friend's wedding. And like after that, I landed on Galliano Island and I felt like an immediate peace coming through me because it was just so serene. It was just so beautiful. Look at all the greens.
Yeah, this park is like very nice.
It's such a pretty park. It's like just a meadow. Wow. One is 8.19.
Are they also in Malaysia?
What's that?
Okay, so this is Oregon grape, and it also tastes pretty orangey.
Ooh.
Can only
Oh yeah. Oh, it does taste orangey.
yeah.
Oh. How do you even recognize these leaves?
I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. I just know what all the like how plants look different from each other. One of the skills I have learned in school.
Just look at that.
Inside of each like comb, there's a seed that goes in.
Yeah.
And when it's ready.
Whew. Yep, we're going past out into the open ocean. I just got off the canoe to a pit stop in such a pretty place. It's like a meadow over there. Kendall's just like looking for more edible flowers. Look at that girl. She's the cutest thing ever. I think this is the first time I ate so much flowers in my life.
Like a salad out of everything we found.
So cute. Bitch is jumping around.
They're like, how do we save ourselves? Jump out of the water.
Help, help.
Good, close.
Oh my god.
I love when fish jump like that.
You're good, you're good. I felt like the silence really calmed my soul. I know it sounds so dramatic, but trust me, I'm not exaggerating when I'm talking about it. One thing that I got to experience that was not captured on my camera was that I got to see some of the most beautiful stars in the sky as well, because like when we were lying in the hot tub on the second night, Kendall realized that the sky was quite clear on that day, and so she turned off all the lights in the house, of the hot tub, of my phone and all that, and we just look up the sky from the hot tub, and it's the most beautiful sky that I've ever seen. Like there were so many stars, you can almost see the Milky Way. Like, oh, now I get it why people love going for stargazing. I definitely felt very connected with nature during this trip. And like not just when I was on the island, it was also when I was in Vancouver City itself. Like it was summer when I was there, so like the flowers were still blooming and they were so colorful and beautiful. I also get to sit at the park and really chat with my friends, or maybe we were just walking around, strolling around, basking in the sun and really enjoying this time out together. And even when I was staying at Dina's place, Dina's dad has like a really nice vegetable and herb garden in their backyard, and we get to like pick vegetables and have our lunch straight from like the backyard. And I thought it was so nice. Like I got to get my hands dirty with the dirt and really enjoy that. Like I think deep inside I'm actually a nature girly, but because I grew up in a small town and I craved what's out there, I was really brought into the city life, and I felt like I got back to my roots of feeling close to nature again during this trip. And like what this taught me about like life goals, right, is that us as humans, I feel like we are constantly living to chase the next big thing. Like at first it was the dot-com boom, and then it was like social media, and then it was Web3, and now everyone's trying to be updated with AI. But we don't really need any of this growth to truly be happy or to be connected. And to be able to be so close to nature and experience this, it was a true reminder for me that like sometimes you just need to go back to your roots. You just need to go back close to nature, and that is enough. Lesson 2. When you do more of what you love, you create a happy life. I met Kendall through our passion in singing. We met in our university's choir and a musical. And the highlight of this trip is definitely like I got to join Kendall in one of her weekly choir practices with the local choir group. And it was really fun. I popped by on a day when they were actually choosing the songs to sing for their upcoming performances. So they were going through quite a few fun different sheet musics, and I got to like just bop around and sing together. And typically they actually have their practice in like the local church, but I believe on that day there was this, I don't know why, but they had the practice in this person's home that is like a waterfront house, and it's so beautiful. And I was thinking like, wow, that's a dream life. I would want to retire in a place like that. But anyway, so it's really nice to see that Kendall is like she gets to do these things that she really enjoy again at this stage of her life. And like besides this whole choir thing, right, Kendall also like she's a huge nature lover. You should know it by now. So she's also doing some volunteer work in a local community, and I got to tag along when she was like helping out with the local indigenous community. I believe they had like a project to keep track of the local baby crab population, and this data is gonna help them to plan for like, I don't know, some future ecosystem thingy. But it was interesting to really see her in like her element, like, you know, getting the creatures out of the crab trap, and they were like picking the little baby shrimps or baby crabs and like studying them. Like her and her colleagues, they were literally like looking at the tiny creatures in a spoon and like talking about it as if like they're like friends. I don't know, like it's really cute seeing them doing this, even though I don't really get it. And seeing her do these things that she loves really got me inspired to remember that like when you do more of these things that you love, you will be happy. It's the same thing with her home. Like she decorated her home so beautifully. It's such a Kendall quirky way. Like she's always had a thing with all things fun and quirky. Her car was like that. Her home is like that. And let me tell you, Kendall is one of the biggest concert junkie that I've ever been. I think she is the biggest concert junkie that I know. And she has this frame in her house where she has all of the tickets of all the past concerts that she's been to. And I thought it was really cool because I would never have something like that in my house. And I think those of you who like concert will like that. And I felt the same way when I visited my friend Aurora's house as well. Like, not only did she build a comfortable home for herself, but because she loves her cats so much, like, Aurora's just a cat person, right? She's built such a beautiful home for her cats because that's what makes them happy. And when they're happy, she's happy. Hello? Curious cat? You're so pretty. Damn. We are watching Eurovision, and she's building a furniture from IKEA. Oh, and then we have Sumi over there. Hey, Sumi. Hi, baby. She's just judging. Your house is really the ultimate biggest cat lover's home.
Right?
It's built for the cats.
It's just a cat because of the outside and everything.
Yeah, I mean, like you have that, and then you also have a lot of very comfortable.
It's just for cats.
It's just for cats. Yeah, and she has that like shelf thingy too. Scratch hole. You're such lucky cat babies. That chair is for yourself, right? It's not for the cat, right?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like this whole lesson is just that, like, fill your life with things that you love and you will be happy. One thing that I really love about being in our early 30s is that we get a lot more wisdom from all the experiences in the past 10 years of our lives, and we also feel a lot more secure in ourselves and more confident now because we know what we want, what we like, what we don't like. And also we have a lot more money now compared to our early 20s, so we get to spend our adult money on things that we like, so use it well, my dear friends. And lesson 3, if you want something, just go for it. This last lesson is probably the most personal one, and I don't think I ever said it out loud so directly before, but my personal life goal has always been to be a full-time content creator. And during this trip, I got to spend time with some of my friends that are quite literally living my dream life. And as I get to spend time with them, whether it's like, being with Dina in that office space where she creates all her YouTube videos, or meeting up with Ian, who's currently thriving on TikTok, and to hear her talk about all this stuff that she's working on, or just seeing my friend Vanessa building this new super boba bread that she's working on with her fiance, like after a pretty public burnt out too, seeing them doing all these things that makes them happy and makes them thrive makes me feel so excited for them too. And I feel like when I see them doing these things, it helps me feel more confident that I can do this or I can achieve this myself one day too. Because the truth is, I feel like before my entire awakening, like a few years ago, I never believed that I could actually achieve this dream. I felt like as much as I say that I want it, I never felt confident that I can make money doing it. And so my effort in creating content online has always been pretty half-hearted. Like I was never really strategic about it, or like I would do something and then I would give up very quickly because I never really had the conviction or the belief that I can do it. And of course, I do believe that I also don't have a lot of privilege, which could have been helpful in building a career in this. But that's not an excuse, right? Like I feel like if I truly believe that I can and I go all in for it, I can definitely do it. And I wanted to take this chance to also remind you that, like, if you want something, you gotta really believe that you deserve it and you just go for it. Of course, you would want to be realistic. Like, I don't meet the requirement to be a runway model or a pilot. So, like, I wouldn't go for it. And you get what I mean. But, like, the whole point is, in this life, there are going to be so many people who might tell you that you cannot do certain things. And that is going to translate into all these little voices in your head telling you the same thing as well. But there is power in being able to control your mind. And seriously, the biggest asset that we have is our brain, is our mind. So use it well. Use it to feed yourself with good energy, to feed yourself with good messages, to remind yourself that you can actually do it. And that is something that I am definitely reminding myself as well. So yeah, those are the 3 lessons that I have for you in today's episode. And I want to wrap up this episode with a reminder for you as well. And that is, there is beauty in doing your own everyday thing. What you may think is a very normal, boring, everyday routine for you could be something that is perceived as very interesting and like very wow for someone else in your life. And that's exactly what happened to all of my friends when I visit them. Like things that they felt like is their normal everyday life, I would be like, wow, I can't believe this is your life. This is such a goal. And that I feel like, of course, maybe they feel like I'm romanticizing their lives or like I'm being too like exaggerated. But if you really think about it, our lives are so different, and your life today could be someone else's dream. So I kind of have a little homework for you today, and that is to just live one day of your life thinking that it's the most interesting, wow, amazing life that you have. And I feel like that will give you a switch of perspective and a new appreciation to the current life that you've already built for yourself. So yeah, that's all that I have for you today. There are a lot of things that are going on in my life. I am getting busier and busier with the entire wedding planning as it's getting closer and closer. And to be honest, like putting together this episode has been tough because mentally, I think my CPU up here, my brain is just getting really maximized right now, and the loading time is taking a lot longer. And so yeah, I'll let you know when I'm back again. I'll cut myself slack if I can't handle the next episode so soon. But I'll definitely be back again, and there are so many updates that I have for you, and I cannot wait to share with you more about them. So stay tuned along. Be sure to join my free community from the link below for all updates. And if you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that more people can learn or can feel less alone in their adulthood journey through my podcast. And I'll see you in my next episode. Goodbye.
Are you filming me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna miss you, Wendy.
Aww.
I had so much fun these last
How many
5 days.
Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss like our long drives together.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really fun.
I love having you driving me around.
I'm a pretty good driver.
Yeah.